everybody, it's Sunny from the Rock Springs Library, and welcome back to Somewhere with Sunny, the show where we go somewhere in Sweetwater County and learn all about the different things it has to offer. Today we're going to read a book called Crafty Llama. So while I'm reading, I want you guys to think a little bit about where we might be visiting later today and what this book might have to do with. It was a lovely, sunny day. Llama knew there were so many things she ought to do. Chores, this, that, whatever. But it was such a beautiful day that she wanted to do something special. Something lovely. So Llama did what she did when she needed to figure things out. Llama did a whole lot of thinking and still didn't know exactly what to do with the day. She felt like the answer was sitting there, right in front of her, but she just couldn't see it. Llama's friend Raccoon stopped by. "That looks like fun," said Raccoon. "Can I join you?" "Of course," said Llama. Another friend stopped by and joined them, and another. Soon, lots of friends were making things. Beaver stopped by too, but he didn't join in. He wasn't interested in making something unless it was useful. "This is very crafty, but what is it for?" asked Beaver. "Actually, I don't know," replied Llama. She hadn't thought about whether what she was making was useful. She had just been having fun making. "What would you use it for?" she asked. Beaver thought about it. He wasn't sure. "How about," said Raccoon. "Or maybe," said Pony. "Or what about," said Rabbit. None of the ideas felt right, or even possible, or safe. More friends stopped by to see what Llama was up to. All of Llama's thinking meant that she had a whole lot of knitting to share. She had something to tame Lion's mane, something to carry Elephant's trunk, something for Turtle when he came out of his shell. Llama had never imagined all the fun she could have being useful. "I guess if you have fun making something, others are bound to enjoy it too," said Llama. Soon it seemed everyone had a new, crafty something. Everyone but Beaver. So Beaver did what he did when he needed to figure things out. Beaver did a whole lot of thinking, but he still didn't know how he could make a knitted something useful. Llama and Beaver took a little break, which became a long break. With all Beaver's thinking, he had made something special for everyone too. Llama had an idea. "I know what Beaver can use a crafty something for." "Something special just for you," Llama whispered. "Something lovely," murmured Beaver. Llama and her friends looked forward to spending time and many more lovely days in a special, crafty, useful way. Do you guys like making things? Do you like crafting and making art projects? That's my hint for today. So think on that and try and figure out where we're going to go, and I'll see you in just a minute. Everybody. I don't know if you guessed it or not, but today we are visiting the Community Fine Arts Center, which is in the same building as the Rock Springs Library, so it wasn't too big of a jump for Miss Constance and I to come over. We're here today with the director of the Community Fine Arts Center, Miss Debora, who is also an artist. So thank you so much, Debora, for joining us today.
Thank you for inviting me.
Yeah, and we're standing here with a pretty important painting Miss Debora's going to tell us a little bit about too.
This is a portrait of a lady, Mrs. Wright, who learned about this collection of art many years ago and sent a couple of pieces to be added. If you don't know the history of the Fine Arts Center, you'll have to come visit us and we'll tell you all about it.
Yeah, there are a lot of amazing women that work here that would love nothing more than to walk you guys through, so definitely come down and visit when you get a minute. So let's go ahead and start. Miss Debora, what did you want to be when you grew up?
My dad wanted me to be an accountant, but I wanted to be an artist, so I knew that.
Math and art seem to be the themes that we've discovered talking to everyone through this. Math and art, it's one or the other. So, Miss Debora, what is your favorite animal?
Oh my gosh, do I have to have one? Growing up, though, horses were my absolute favorite. But now I live with 2 dogs and 3 cats, and then I have 3 horses in the backyard. So, you know, I guess those 3 are my favorites.
Which of those are your favorite to paint?
Probably the dogs, because they have such personalities.
Got great faces on dogs, don't they?
Yeah.
All right. Now, I see you're holding a book. Would that maybe be your favorite book from childhood?
Well, actually, it's from when my kids were growing up, and it was my favorite to read. My favorite, though, and I have to tell you, was Black Beauty. And I don't know how many people read that now, but it was written 140-some years ago. But when I was a little girl, I loved horses the best. And any book about horses, but Black Beauty was my favorite. But then, when my girls were born, and I read to them every night, we read Where the Wild Things Are.
We've read that one together, haven't we, guys?
And I especially love it that we are going to have, and of course it seems like a really long time before it'll get here, we're going to have an exhibit by this artist and author of his work. In a couple of years, we'll have it here at the Fine Arts Center, but I still, only because it is such a good way to look at other animals, other beasts.
The exhibit's going to be really fun, and I think Miss Debora's right. It's going to absolutely be worth the wait. It's going to be a really neat and interactive one to come and see. So, Miss Debora, how long did it take you to become an artist?
Forever.
Forever?
I knew I wanted to be an artist when I was a kid, and I'm still learning. Today, I will study either a different style of painting or different techniques and practice and do it over and over again. So I hope that I never stop wanting to learn.
Very cool. Now, do you have any tips or tricks or anything you would like to tell kids who might want to get into the arts or who maybe want to be a curator of a museum like this one day?
Well, first of all, you got to study either formally or informally. Both are really important. Formally being going to a school. Informally, that you check out books from the library. Oh my gosh, and then study and read. But there's so many different ways that you can be an artist. You can be a visual artist and a painter like Mrs. Wright's portrait was done. You can be a dancer. You can be a poet. There's so many different ways to be an artist. And if you even think about it, there was an artist that designed the picture on your box of cereal you had this morning. So there are artists that have commercial reasons to be an artist. But even if you don't make a living at being an artist, it's always really important to be creative and find that, because that's how we find our emotions, we connect with other people. So I think it's important that you look at your creative side too.
One that Miss Debora didn't mention, but I see she's wearing, is called textile art.
Oh yeah.
And you can see someone, I'm not sure who made that, but someone made it. And when you get to wear things like that, it's like wearing a hug from somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And actually I did make this one because I really, really love the textures of yarns.
Yeah. So, well, Miss Debora, is there anything else you'd like to tell the kids that might be watching?
Just always keep looking for something new. Try different things. And even when you don't like what the end result is, don't throw it away. Keep it. And then keep trying. Practice. Do it again. Don't ever give up.
That sounds like really good advice for life in general, not just for your artwork. Well, thank you so much for letting us come hang out with you today, Miss Debora.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yes, and guys, I don't know where we'll end up next week, but we'll see you then.